Hey Siri, shuffle my bar.
Okay, here's bar music on shuffle.
Back. That was pretty quick. Didn't expect it to be that quick. It's kind of cool. The appeals normally don't go that quick. So, yeah, right? Hi there, folks. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Jim, and I've reversed my type 2 diabetes. I'm in remission. I don't take medications for it anymore. However you want to word it, I don't have it anymore. And if you were just listening to my live stream, I had somebody that decided they didn't like my message and they tried to report me. They had me banned for misinformation, and it took about 5 minutes for TikTok to change their mind on that. Everything that I speak is backed by science, okay? So if you were in that live stream, I apologize for it closing up so quick, but we're back. We're back. Hi there, folks. Welcome. Yeah, right? Yep, Zach. I don't have any problem with that at all. Keto and fasting.
Hey Siri, volume 50%.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, volume 40%.
Still pretty loud. Jeez. Okay, guys. Let me reintroduce myself. Folks, welcome to my live stream. My name is Jim, and I used to be a type 2 diabetic. I have reversed my type 2 diabetes. I'm in remission from my type 2 diabetes. My doctor took me off my medications because I don't have it anymore. However you want to word it, I don't have it anymore. And I like to get on these live streams and tell that story. Tell exactly what I do to achieve what I have. And I'm fortunate. I've got a lot of people that I'm working with. Were you in that one, Zach? Were you in that live stream? I apologize. I was reported for misinformation, and TikTok shut me down right away. But it was not misinformation. And I put together a quick little appeal, and TikTok restored my live access in 10 minutes. It wasn't even that, 5 minutes. It's pretty awesome. So let's pick up right back where I was, okay? Life, dang it. Let me turn this enhancement off. There it is. Life in the Fasting Lane by Dr. Jason Fung, okay? Now, I was actually getting ready to make the point that Dr. Mark Mattson has been studying this for more than 25 years. The person who, I think it was the person who was saying that intermittent fasting doesn't help you burn fat. Dr. Mark Mattson would disagree with that statement. And I say Dr. Mark Mattson. He would call it metabolically switching, as in we metabolically switch our fuel source from glucose to fat. Mark Mattson, give him a follow. In fact, give Dr. Jason Fung a follow and give Dr. Benjamin Bickman a follow. If you guys were in there, Muhammad, how are you today, sir? How are you today, sir? Okay, so guys, actually, I want to get Muhammad. Well, Muhammad, stick around for me for a little bit. I would love to have you on here. I'm describing the protocol here, and I'm on part 1. I'm going to zip through parts 2 and 3. I would love to have you in here, Muhammad, talking about your father a little bit. Okay, so part 1 of the protocol, guys, is intermittent fasting. 16 and 8, time-based eating schedule. So on a 24-hour day, I don't eat for 16. So from 8 p.m. until noon the following day, I don't eat, okay? And then from noon until 8, I allow myself 2 meals. I don't snack in between. A little bit of the details there, the snacking is kind of causing a problem. Dr. Mark Mattson would say that we didn't eat like that. We didn't have 8 meals a day. Our bodies weren't built for that. So there we have it. 2 meals a day, lunch and dinner, and they are nutritious meals. They're good-sized meals, as in I'm not starving myself. I don't count calories at all, right? I'm eating a meal that's big enough that I'm going to feel full enough that I will get through to my dinner, and then from dinner, I'll eat a meal that's full enough that I don't feel like I want to snack at night. And my wife, Amanda, is in here. She just typed, Jim's A1C was 12.2. It's now 5.2. Yes, that is my much better half. I'm now 5.2, completely unmedicated, okay? So part 1 of the protocol is intermittent fasting. Part 2 of the protocol, guys, is consuming I'm gonna just get right to it. Chlorogenic acid, more chlorogenic acid. What is chlorogenic acid? Chlorogenic acid is a naturally occurring compound alongside caffeine. So when we have caffeic acid, we get chlorogenic acid. I want to do this here. Guys, I'm inviting Muhammad Nsereko. How are you, sir?
I'm good, and yourself? How are you?
I'm doing well, sir.
Greetings from Kampala, Uganda. We really appreciate the second box is over here. My dad is taking one, and this one is going to go to a medical doctor who is suffering from, who is diabetic. This is the other box.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's doing well. Let me get someone to open it up, and I get the products out.
Hey, Muhammad, I wanted to get you in here because I wanted to get your perspective on this. Okay, but I was in the middle of describing the protocol and what the protocol is. So let me jump through parts 2 and 3, and then I want to get your perspective on this because you've now got a firsthand perspective on what this thing's doing, right? So guys, part 2 of my protocol is consuming more chlorogenic acid. You can get that through coffee, through tea. I choose to get it through a supplement that I take called Unimate. Okay, and then part 3 of the protocol is consuming more fiber. And I typically go into more detail, but I want to be respectful of Muhammad's time, and I absolutely want to get to something that he told me the other day. The third part is fiber. We need to increase our fiber, and you can do that through the produce section at your grocery store. Get more fruits and vegetables. I take a supplement called Balance. That particular supplement has been scientifically proven all over the world to help. Now stick around. I just want to get Muhammad's take on this. Muhammad do you mind giving a proper introduction for the people in the United States who don't know who Muhammad is?
My name is Muhammad Nsereko. I'm the equivalent of a senator or a congressman who is a member of parliament for the capital city of Uganda, which is Kampala. I normally fly into the United States of America. Many members of my family are suffering from diabetes or are diabetic, including my own dad. And I found Jim right here on TikTok. So I would like to say that the product you sent me came in, and my dad has been using it. And I can tell you, the doctor is already mesmerized by the readings he's getting already. He's saying, he asks, what is he using? And that's just under a week, because his sugar levels are really doing better than what he was. So the only thing that he is not getting right, because of his age, I would understand, and discipline, he's not doing the intermittent fasting.
Yep. Oh, I think you're glitching on me. Break it up a little bit, Muhammad.
But I lost you.
Yep, there you go.
I lost you because someone called me.
Got it. You said your father was struggling with the intermittent fasting portion, and I was going to say that's just teaching an old dog new tricks, right? You know, once you get used to it, it becomes a lot easier.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, I got you now. Yes, sir.
Have you got me without breaking?
Without breaking. Yes, sir.
So what we have now is that he's struggling with that because he wasn't used, because he's already using those injections that he has to put in his tummy and everything. But the readings that they are getting are actually amazing. And the doctor has asked me, because the doctor is also diabetic, he has asked me for the second box. And can I go off and come back?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Archie James, it's 1:54. Guys, so while I'm waiting for Muhammad to come back, okay, there is a link in my bio, Okay, the link in my bio goes to Unicity's website, specifically Unicity's website. You can find this product on Amazon, you can find it elsewhere, but it is not sold by Unicity on there. When you use the link in my bio, it is you're purchasing the material, you're purchasing the product from the manufacturer. Okay, that's the only way that they authorize the sale of the product. And they offer you a 90-day money-back guarantee when you do that. If you buy it elsewhere, you're buying an unauthorized version of it, and they don't offer the money-back guarantee. Okay, so Kathy, where are you at? I say 154 is in the United States. You may be elsewhere. So if you're outside of the U.S., it would be whatever your dollar value equivalent is to that, okay? It does come your first month. Okay, so I think I got that out the way. I'm going to invite Muhammad back in. 164. Where did you get it from, Kathy? Or, it's 154 plus tax. That may be it. Maybe it's 164. So it's 154 plus whatever your local tax is. It's called Jeep Girl. It's called Unicity Field Rate System. Okay, there he is. I just threw you an invite, Muhammad. Let me see here. There's an invite, Muhammad. There we go.
So, thank you very much. I hope you hear me now. So, I got all the products here. 1 second. And I got the boxes over here. Sorry. This is the box of the solution, the fiber, and of the tea.
Yes.
Yes, so I would like to thank you, and it comes with the bottle. And this is the bottle where you mix. So you put a little, shake, and mix. And I would like to tell you that there is a great change from my dad, and it's an amazing change. And I would like to say, I've received over 20 people asking me for the same. And the doctor who is working on my dad, unfortunately or fortunately, is also diabetic. And he has asked for the same. So I'm going to give him this box. Because for him, then we can get the perfect readings because he's a doctor. And he's diabetic. So thank you very much. And I would like to say that for me, I'm happy so far. The progress of my father is amazing. And I'll look out to the progress of the medical doctor.
So I've actually, it's weird that I found that you came in today because I actually reached out to our contacts in Bahrain and literally this morning, and sent her a message. I have not heard back from her yet, but I'm trying to find out if we actually have product on the ground yet in Kenya. I know that it's going to be there very soon, and then of course you're going to be working on Uganda, but we're close. I think I was told July in Kenya, so I think we're close. So I sent a message this morning. I will be in contact with you to let you know what I hear.
I would like to request you that if you have time later in the evening, I would like to create a show on my page where you can come and do. I request that if you have time with you, we can do it Friday evening. I have thousands of people that will be watching you live.
I would love to. I'd be honored. Are you talking about, well, your evening, I'm presuming, and you're 9 hours in front of me. So
absolutely, it will be morning time, US time.
Oh, okay.
Eastern time, depending on where you are. But it will be clocking to about 10 o'clock, which would be evening time on Friday this side. We can do so. And I mean, there are thousands of people living with diabetes, and they're already happy. Those that knew my dad and those that are seeing him are quite amazed by his progress, including his doctors. So the doctor also asked for one, and is going to be the next person to go on trial.
Love it. I love it, brother. It's an amazing product. For those people that are listening right now, I'm very fortunate. I've met Muhammad Nsereko on TikTok. We found each other on TikTok, and he is in Uganda. He is a parliament member in Uganda, and Uganda has a large diabetes problem, like many people, like many countries in the world. And through communicating, we were able to get a couple of boxes over to him. He's got two. He's got one for his father, and he's got one. He's giving it to the doctor, who's a little bit amazed by his father's progress. It's just a wonderful thing. This product is genuinely impacting lives. It's changing lives, guys. Absolutely changing lives. Accurate statement there, Muhammad?
Absolutely. I take that with a lot of pleasure. So thank you very much. For us in this part of the world, we shall be waiting for you tomorrow evening to carry on with you.
Yeah, let's maybe we'll communicate when I'm off of this live stream. I'll shoot you a message. How about that? And we'll schedule times.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless everyone here. Bye for now.
Okay, guys. So there it is. Wonderful man. This is awesome. In my life, I would have never thought that I would have been speaking to members of government in Uganda. I'm blessed to have crossed paths with Muhammad. He's a wonderful man. If you are in Uganda listening to this right now, because I know now I've got a number of followers in Uganda, that man is working very hard for his country, for you guys. He's working very hard to try and find a solution, okay? His father is now on it and is having amazing results in a very short period of time. So crazy that the doctor who is seeing his father is a little bit shook up, like, what is this? And now he's taking another Feel Great kit. I sent him two. He's taken the other Feel Great kit to his doctor to try it. Zach, the product is called the Unicity Feel Great System, okay? And there is a link in my bio. You'll see, well, here, this link in my bio right here, this link right here, the Healthy Pitmaster. If you click that link, the very first link within my link tree says the Unicity Feel Great System, okay? You just click on that, and that redirects you to the Unicity website. This is Unicity's website. It is not mine. When you click this, you're not buying it from me. You are buying it from Unicity, okay? Albert K., are you in Uganda? I'm assuming you're in Uganda. He's a wonderful man. Absolutely a wonderful man. So that link right there goes directly to Unicity, okay? Somebody mentioned earlier that it was $199. They're not using my link if it's $199. It's $199. If you use my link, there it is. He's a wonderful man, Albert K. If you use my link, it's $154. It's a substantial discount by using my link, okay? And that equals, guys, about $5.16. Now, of course, there are different prices elsewhere in the world, depending on where you're at. When you use that link, it'll automatically convert it to whatever your local currency is, and it will be somewhere around that $150 US dollars equivalent, okay? Hey, Tiff, how are you? And I think I saw Trent go flying by as well. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my live stream. I was in the middle of describing the protocol, and I had an opportunity to bring in a very special guest, and it kind of derailed by describing the protocol. So is there anybody who is curious what the protocol, Misty, there you go. There you go, Misty. I'm ecstatic for you. New to my channel, user 9255. Stick around for just a moment. I'll just kind of refire this thing up. This has been a very interesting morning so far. I had my live access revoked for spreading misinformation, which I don't do. Everything I talk about is backed by science. And TikTok restored my access within like 5 minutes. It was pretty amazing. They don't usually do that. But it was restored in like 5 minutes. And I come on and was just starting to talk about it again, and I get cross paths with Muhammad Nsereko, and that's just a wonderful thing. Okay, so guys, let me just go ahead and restart this up again, okay? Went from 240 to 160, A1C of 13 to 4.9. User 9255, that is incredible. Yes, did you, Zach, use my link, Zach. I don't know, where are you finding it? Did you use the link in my bio, Zach? Don't buy it elsewhere. Buy it from the manufacturer. There is a 90-day money-back guarantee if you buy it from the manufacturer. If you don't, you don't get that guarantee. Use the link in my bio, guys. I really want to, I understand. Everybody's like, I'm not going to buy it from this guy. I don't know this guy. I don't trust this guy. I'm going to go over to Amazon. You're not buying it from me. You're buying it from the manufacturer. You're buying it from Unicity. Thank you, user 9255. Kathy, I want to help you try and get off them, okay? Let's try and help you. Okay, so guys, what is this protocol? What is the Unicity Field Rate System? The Unicity Field Rate System is a blend of 3 different things, 2 different products and 3 different steps. The 3 different steps, the first step is intermittent fasting, a 16 and 8 time-based intermittent fasting schedule. So out of a 24-hour day, I don't eat for 16 hours, and I do eat for 8. Now, 16 hours, it seems like a long time, but I sleep, and I knock out a chunk of that 16 hours while I'm asleep. So when I get done eating dinner, I stop eating for the day at about 8 p.m. And from 8 p.m. until noon the following day, I don't eat. And of course, at 8 p.m., I don't really need food after 8. I might be up and I'll typically do a live stream. And then I've also been helping listening to another person do a live stream after that until about midnight. So my nights have been going pretty late. And then I sleep. And so typically I'm going to sleep 7 or 8 hours of that fast. Boom. And then, you really got to fast for about 4 or 5 hours. When I'm in that fast, right, in that morning portion, I'm sipping a Unimate tea. Unimate is, it's made by Unicity, and it's very high in something called chlorogenic acid. Now, chlorogenic acid has been scientifically proven to suppress appetites, to aid in weight loss, to help lower blood pressure. It helps with mental fog in the morning, and it's shown to promote insulin sensitivity. Well, insulin resistance is the root cause for your type 2 diabetes. So when we're consuming this, it's really, the real ticket is that chlorogenic acid, it's really working against the insulin resistance. It's promoting the insulin sensitivity. Now, how much chlorogenic acid do we need, right? There's a study, I can go to it here in a moment, that suggests that 3 to 4 cups of decaffeinated coffee per day containing high contents of chlorogenic acid significantly reduces your risk for type 2 diabetes mellitus by 30%. 3 to 4 cups of coffee containing high contents of chlorogenic acid. This is the equivalent of 10 cups of coffee, this one little packet, one of these. And for what it's worth, I woke up pretty early this morning. I'm actually drinking my second one today. So I'm on like cup number 15 of coffee right now, when really it's only been 2 teas, okay? So that's why I drink that specific blend of tea. Then the third part of the protocol is something called Balance. It is a fiber supplement that was developed by Rexall Pharmacy. Who remembers Rexall Pharmacy from 35 years ago? Oh yeah, Darren, right? There is no harsh caffeine come down either. So I drink, when you do the $154, you get one of these per day and 2 balances per day. I love the way that this feels. I love the way that I feel when I'm drinking it. So I buy extra per month. And you don't have to do that. I prefer it over any other drink right now. So I drink these kind of all day long. So I buy extra. But you only need, it comes with 1 per day, and then you get 2 of these fibers per day, okay? Oh, Dean, thank you very much. Listen to him. I'm off diabetes meds and cholesterol's in range now using the system. I don't really talk about the cholesterol enough, but I'm the same way. At one point, I had a 459. Who's that? Oh, hey. Where were you? Huh? Brother. Yeah, I had a 459 LDL, and that's just a ridiculous number. That's quite deadly. Anybody who's near the medical community, what are your thoughts on a 459 LDL? I was put immediately on a 40 milligram dose of rosuvastatin. That's considered a high intensity dose. Dean, your tries were at 262. They're now at 86. Donna, thank you for the gift. That's very kind of you. Your tries were at 2. My tries were at 561. 561. So, okay. The balanced fiber packet helps restore leptin signaling. It does all sorts of things. Donna, thank you very much. 561 is ridiculously high. And Ro, guys, wrong account. I did a video, guys, recently. Go through my videos. I did a video recently where you can find your insulin resistance score. And the idea is to have that number be less than 1, less than 1.5. Thomas F. Pace, good morning. You're set. You're set. What an interesting morning. Tanya, you've been through this roller coaster with me. Ro, you've been through this roller coaster. Amanda, I don't know if Tony's still in here. Who's still in here from my first live this morning? Twisted Steel. My A1C when I was first diagnosed was 12.2%. Since I started on this protocol, my A1C is unmedicated 5.2%. Zach, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Typically, my my live streams are pretty structured, but I just keep getting derailed. But I think it's gone well so far. What questions do you have, Zach? There you go, Ann Ruth. Yeah, it's incredible. Hi, Edwin. How are you? How are you this morning? Yeah, you might have to do that, Ro. Okay, guys, so Ro here has an alternate account. And this is just something interesting, okay? This is Ro right there.
Hey, y'all. Since being on my health journey, I've learned a lot of new things. Today, I learned how to calculate your insulin resistance score. You take your triglycerides and you divide them by your HDL. According to this chart, if it's less than 1, you're very healthy. 1.5, you're healthy. 2+, there's a problem. 3+, there's an even bigger problem. So the next time you go and have your labs drawn and the results come in, do the simple math and find out what your IR score is.
Awesome, Zach. I'm glad I did. I apologize. Guys, how easy is that, right? Triglycerides divided by your HDL, right? So under 1 is very healthy. Under 1.5 is healthy. 2+ is a problem. 3+ is a bigger problem. When I started this, my triglycerides were 561 and my HDL was 22. That's a 25.5 when I started this journey. I have reversed my insulin resistance enough that I don't have type 2 diabetes anymore. I'm in that 5.2%. It's completely unmedicated. However, that score for me is still sitting at about a 3, which means I've still got work to do. I'm not done yet. I just, somewhere along the way, along this journey, my type 2 diabetes kind of went away, but I'm certainly still got work to do. How long did it take to get off metformin? That's a funny story, okay? I was off medications in 6 weeks, per my doctor. Let's just leave it at that, right? A little bit more of a study, a little bit more there. Amanda, my wife, was able to get off of hers in 90 days. Oh man, I'm much healthier now. Much healthier now. It's amazing. Yeah, and so somebody asked if metformin destroys the kidneys. And I'm not really going to, if I don't have some science to support my statements, I don't make statements, okay? But what I would do is I would go to Google and Google side effects of metformin. Let's just start there, okay? And I can tell you that what these two products have been able to help me do was get my body to where my body could naturally regulate its glucose levels. My body is naturally regulating its glucose levels, not a man-made chemical. That's the big deal there. So how many of us are listening to me right now that are on insulin therapy or on glipizide or Ozempic or Mounjaro or Wegovy or Trulicity or metformin, or, I mean, there's so many ors, right? And they're all man-made chemicals that we're putting into our bodies. And those are what's regulating our glucose levels. This is food. This is food. It's tea and it's fiber. It's food. Our bodies, my body is naturally regulating its own glucose. I don't need a chemical, a man-made chemical to do it. That's what we want to get to, right? When I started the system, I went, oh, there you go, Kathy. Stopped working for me and started using all my fat and muscle. I lost 50 pounds. Now oh, Manny, are you type 2 diabetic? Are you type 2 diabetic, Manny? Type 1. Okay, so it's a different story with type 1. Your body doesn't produce any insulin whatsoever, right? So it's a different story with type 1 diabetics. However, type 1 diabetics can also become insulin resistant. So Karen, I'll just replay it again.
Hey y'all. Since being on my health journey, I've learned a lot of new things. Today I learned how to calculate your insulin resistance score. You take your triglycerides and you divide them by your HDL. According to this chart, if it's less than 1, you're very healthy. 1.5, you're healthy. 2+, there's a problem. 3+, there's an even bigger problem. So the next time you go and have your labs drawn and the results come in, do the simple math and find out what your IR score is.
I love that. It's so easy. It's so easy. Guys, give row_reverse a follow. She's putting out a lot of great information. It would be in your lipid panels. You would see HDL. You typically want that number higher. Trulicity, and the info tells you that type 1 people cannot use these meds. Yeah, it says it right there on the box for type 2. Mine is 1 point. That's a beautiful number, Karen. You're getting there, right? That's a beautiful number. Guys, what questions do we have? What questions do we have? This has been just an interesting morning. An interesting morning. Testimonials. There we go. Good call, Amanda. Let's do some testimonials. We just had a testimonial from the Honorable. So I don't know if you noticed, his name said Honorable Muhammad Nsereko. And the Han, I didn't know this until I met him, is actually short for Honorable. That's the Honorable Muhammad Nsereko. He is a parliament member in Uganda. And I think we've still got some Ugandans in here. Mike N. Go with the subscription is the cheapest way, right? The subscription is going to save you some money monthly. It's also going to save you shipping. And then always go with the tea, the lemon tea. I would just go with the lemon flavored tea, okay? Feel great system. That's what you want. Yeah, absolutely, bud. And tell me where, there it is, Keith Polk. Keith Polk. Here, Keith, let me just show you right here. That's where I was actually going. Keith, so don't do anything just yet, but this is my home screen, okay? My home screen on TikTok. And you will find that link tree / the Healthy Pitmaster. When you click that link tree, The very first button is the Unicity Feel Great system. When you click that, that will take you to Unicity's website. Well, it's a little slow today. Okay. So it's important that we just focus on that as Unicity's website. It's not my website. You're purchasing it from the manufacturer on that website. Okay. Oftentimes I think people are like, I don't know this guy. I don't trust him, right? So they don't buy it but you're not buying it from me. You're buying it from the manufacturer. You can find it on Amazon. Amazon does not authorize that distribution. They don't want it there. When you buy it from there, you're not buying it from them. They are not the ones fulfilling the order. That's a bigger key right there. They're not the ones fulfilling the order. They want to be the ones that fulfill the order. That's a big deal. Now, how do we get to my homepage? You click right here, the Healthy Pitmaster, click that, and then that will bring up a thing right here, and you can click that picture of my face right there. And when you click the image of my face, it will take you out to my home screen, and that's where you'll find that link. There she is, guys, row_reverse. Give her a follow. Give row reverse right here. She just made a comment. Give her a follow. Keith Polk, you are more than welcome, man. Also, guys, if you use my link, if you should use my link, then I will be personally reaching out to you and touching base with you. I've had amazing results on this protocol, guys. Nothing short of amazing. I've reversed my type 2 diabetes. I have not had a headache this year. I'm sleeping like a baby. I didn't know. I had forgotten what it was like to sleep. My sleep schedule is unbelievable right now. Just so many other things. Irritable bowel syndrome was gone in like 2 days. Literally, the irritable bowel syndrome that I had for 15 plus years was gone in 2 days. So many crazy things are happening to me as I've been on this system. So I have had amazing results. I'm going to be reaching out to you and kind of touching base with you and coaching you, for a lack of a better term, right? So I'll send you a text with some links, and then I make telephone calls. I call people just to make sure that there aren't any questions. If you have questions, I like to be available. You'll have my phone number. You can reach out to me whenever you want. I think there are a number of people. I know Tanya and Ro and Fired Up. I would think that you guys would agree that I'm very approachable, I hope, or receptive. Yeah. Ro says, hey, y'all, the fact that the company offers money back guarantee is huge. You have nothing to lose. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I would be the one that would be reaching out to you and touching base and just making sure that you don't have any questions. Yes. Sophie's mom. Yes. You know, funny as it is, I don't need to try and make this part up, right? Funny, there are some anti-aging effects to it, right? And that science gets a little bit deep for me. That's a slippery slope for me. We're getting into things that I don't really totally understand. However, we did a product knowledge last night, Wednesday night, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. There's a product knowledge thing, and then a live Q&A afterwards where people can ask questions about the product. And you can do it right now as well, but on that Wednesday night call, we get people who are medical professionals, doctors, certified diabetics educators, registered dietitians, that sort of thing, like people with real credentials. And last night we had a gal named Lindsay Ver on, and Lindsay is a coach for something called Insulin IQ. Dr. Benjamin Bickman, I listen to regularly. I read Dr. Ben Bickman. I listen to him. He owns something called, or he's a founder of Insulin IQ. It's a website. They've also got podcasts that you can listen to, and just a great group of people that really are enlightening us on what the problem is, insulin resistance. And Lindsay Ver is a coach for that. She is very knowledgeable. And last night she was talking, scientifically speaking, about the anti-aging effects of that. And yeah, Rundy, that's where I was at. I still am there. I'm at 3.1 now, and I'm going to consider that a win compared to the 25.5 that I was. So, guys, give me a follow on all of the major social media platforms. At the Healthy Pitmaster, it's always at The Real Jim BBQ. On all of the major platforms, it's at The Real Jim BBQ. Now, on FB, on the FB social media platform, last night, I was able to save that video, and it's on my, you'll see that video. It was simul-streamed by Twenty Talk. So that video, for those who are asking about skin, acne is a sign of insulin resistance. So as we become more and more insulin sensitive, acne tends to go away. But yeah, there are definitely some anti-aging things and even some age reversal type things happening. It's really kind of cool. Still waiting for that to happen to me. What other questions do we have, guys? And you know what? Give me a follow on all the major platforms in the event that I do get my stuff reversed. Ray Martinez, go listen to the interview. It's on my FB, okay? And you can find me there at the Healthy Pitmaster. You can also type in at The Real Jim BBQ. It's the exact same as it is here. And over there, you'll find that entire interview. Sophie's mom, how many balance packets can you do in a day? As many as you want. How do I take the Unimate? And Sophie's mom, that was kind of I didn't mean to make that such a quick answer, but really as many as you want. You have 2 meals a day. So really, the system comes with 2 packets per day. However, if you're like me and Amanda and you have a thing for pizza, and every 3 or 4 weeks you want to treat yourself to some pizza, you might want to take 2 balance packets before you eat pizza. If you want to have pasta, maybe you'll take 2 balance packets before you eat pasta. There is some science behind that. 1 packet lowered the glucose level by 20%, 2 packets by 28%. 1 packet lowered the blood insulin level by 13%, 2 packets by 27%. So if you're going to have something that's off, then you take 2 packets. And I take I drink my Unimate in the mornings. I fill up this mug with hot water that I get in my electric kettle, and I just do coffee hot. It's not boiling hot. Coffee hot water in my electric kettle. I put my packet in there, and this is about 24 ounces of water. That's how I drink my Unimate in the morning. And then after my morning hot Unimate, I will typically move over to a cold one, and I drink those cold. Ro, did you answer the question about sipping on the matcha tea? Oh, I did not. Unicity has another product called matcha. Unicity has a number of other supplements, it's a wide catalog for what they have available. One of their teas is called matcha. And, yeah, Tanya, it was pretty cool. The matcha is a little bit higher in the caffeine, and so it'll get you going a little bit more than the Unimate. If you struggle with the mornings, it'll get you going. Mike N, I'm ready. So I can eat normal once in a while. Yes, George Bowman, once in a while. I really stress, and that's an interesting question. So I can eat normal once in a while. What we perceive as normal is not normal. That's not what the human diet was supposed to look like. It's never looked like that until the last 50 or 60 years. And that's why we're getting progressively more and more fat and more diabetic and rising cases of Alzheimer's and dementia. That's why, okay, is because we've been eating this normal diet, but it's not normal to the human species. We're not supposed to be doing it like this, okay? However, yeah, that perception of normal of having a slice of pizza every now and then, really what I really encourage would be a Mediterranean style diet. And I have some keto tendencies. I will have keto style lunches or keto style dinners occasionally where I strip it completely of carbs. Carbs are a little bit of the problem, right? So keeping those down really is what is normal. That really is what is normal to our bodies. So there. Hope that answers your question. Beer afternoon, okay. It's a great question, Mike. Yes. I've honestly, I've converted more to wine, red wine. Part of it was a lifestyle thing that I drank too much beer. I drink entirely too much beer, and it's not good for me, and it's not good for my relationship with my much better half here. So I drink more wine. I find it's actually, if you no alcohol's good for us, right? But wine, I think, is just a little bit better for us. Hot or cold, balance. Yep. Yes. Thank you, Tanya. This is what I need. Yeah, George, give it 90 days, guys. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't work, if you use the product appropriately and it doesn't work, ask for a refund. They'll give it back. Now, they are not, I want to be clear, they are not guaranteeing that they will reverse your type 2 diabetes. That is an absolutely ridiculous claim to make. They're never going to make that claim, okay? But they do guarantee that you will lower your A1C. They guarantee that you will lower your cholesterol. They do guarantee that stuff. They're just not going to guarantee that you'll reverse your type 2 diabetes. That's a ridiculous claim, okay? MTS Loma, how to reverse neuropathy. There are all sorts of diabetic neuropathy, autonomic neuropathy, diabetic retinopathy. There are all sorts of neuropathy, right? Now, I'm assuming that you're talking about pain, tingling, or numbness in your feet or extremities, right? Or that tingling or burning feeling. That's quite painful. I had a gentleman who couldn't put socks on. It was so bad for him that he could not put a pair of socks on. And a month on this system, he thought it was like 90% reversed. Gone. There's another gentleman, Greg 6. You can find him at TCG6. He could barely walk. Reversed, completely reversed. I've had the great pleasure of spending good time with Greg, and gone. My wife, Amanda, would say that she's reversed about 50% of her neuropathy, about 50%. And it's getting better by the day. So this protocol, MTS Loma, definitely helps with that. Yes, Mike, increase the balance to offset like the pizza. Yes. When Amanda and I go out for pizza, she's actually at the airport right now. She might have just boarded her plane. She's headed to New Jersey. She's a Jersey girl, and she is all about her pizza. They're going to go to, was it Shiano's? Yeah, a pizza parlor. They're going to go and get New Jersey style pizza. We are pizza snobs. And so when we have pizza, I take 2 balance. Yeah, pizza, yep. Drinking the tea, I go all day. Oh, man, I'm getting behind on the comments. James Malone, yes. Let's see. I think I might have, okay. I think I'm getting caught up. Sorry. Does the product still work if you drink socially? I drink socially. Was it 325? Got down to 101, keto and metformin. There you go. And I don't, well, metformin. And keto, guys, I don't have a problem with keto at all. I think there's a lot of merits to keto. My problem is I like pizza. Just talking about pizza. I fail at keto. Okay, so I believe in it. I definitely believe in it, but the practice, the implementation part for me is a little bit challenging. Is Marag in here? Hey Marag, how are you feeling? My feet and calves are so Swollen plus numbness and tingling and itch. Debbie, give me 90 days, Debbie. Guys, and when I say give me, okay, Ray Martinez, there it is. I was going to say right here. So guys, the protocol, I'm not getting caught up on the comments, so I'm just going to kind of swipe to the end. And so if you asked a question and I haven't answered it, it's because I kind of gave up and get behind. I'm just going to reset and start asking questions again. But I want to answer Ray Martinez. How do we order it? Debbie, I want you to try this too. Give me 90 days on this. So the product is called Unicity Feel Great System, okay? It costs $154 per month. That's a 30-day supply, about $5.16 per day. That is the price of your Starbucks coffee in the morning. That's the price of the breakfast that you're going to be fasting through. You're not eating breakfast on this one. And then all the snacks and garbage. Fired Up made a comment that he would go to the gas station every morning and he'd load up with $8 to $14 a day just in junk food, right? Sodas and chips and whatever it was for the day, $8 to $14 a day. So this system costs $5.16, and it's going to help restore your health. It's going to help you heal. I've never seen healing like this. It's on a grand scale, okay? So with that in mind, the company offers a 90-day money-back guarantee. They guarantee they're going to lower your cholesterol. They guarantee you're going to lower your A1C. They guarantee things like that. That's amazing, okay? So I'm going to swipe through here. I'm going to show you where to get it. If I haven't answered a question for you, ask it again, and I hope I don't miss it the second time, and I apologize. Okay, so let's see. This is my home screen, guys. This is my home screen, and right there, that link right there, Linktree/The Healthy Pitmaster. If you click that, that will take you to my Linktree, and within there, the very first one, the Unicity Feel Great System. Click that. Okay? When you click that, that will redirect you to Unicity's website. This is their website, guys. It's not mine. And I understand that people are oftentimes concerned about buying a product from somebody on TikTok. You're not buying it from me. You are buying it from the manufacturer, okay? You're not buying it from me. You're buying it from the manufacturer. And I really emphasize that because you can find it on Amazon. Don't get it on Amazon. You're going to overpay, and Unicity does not authorize the sale on Amazon. You don't get the 90-day money-back guarantee. It's not being fulfilled by Unicity. Remember, I told you it's tea and fiber. It is food. Don't buy food from people you don't know. Okay, the Unicity wants to be the ones that fulfill it, to make sure that it's not expired, to make sure that it's quality control. Okay, so that buy now button really is a typical online checkout system. Now, how do you get to my home screen, right? You go here, click the Healthy Pitmaster up top here. If you click that Healthy Pitmaster, that will bring up a menu thing here, and you'll see an image of me. Click my image. When you click my image, that will take you out to the home screen. Then you click on that link in my bio, the Healthy Pitmaster, and then the very next one is the Feel Great System. Is there anybody that's struggling with that portion still? If you're having a hard time finding the link, let me know. Is Misty still in here? Misty, are you still in here? I just got your message, and I'll respond to it here. Okay, I see your message. Let me see. Is it throwing an error code? Misty, do me a favor. If you're okay with this, will you send me your phone number, and I would like to text with you. What's the problem? I think I know what that is. Debbie, I always recommend the lemon. Okay. It defaults to the lemon ginger. I always recommend the lemon. And I love the lemon ginger, but I always recommend the lemon. Okay. Lemon ginger has that little bite that ginger can have that some people just aren't very fond of. So the lemon is really, really good. Morning, Louie. How are you? How are you? Ginger is good but strong, right? Getting ready to depart. All right, shoot me a text or something when you touch down. Love it. My bride getting ready to take off. Her airplane's taking off. She's in a big old jet airliner. Can we add a squeeze of fresh lemon? Yeah, absolutely. Crazy for cats. Actually, I take a whole lemon wedge and drop it in there. What all is in the kit? It's so easy, George. It is a... I just got it. I just got Amanda's new shipment for this month. Okay. Crazy for cats. This doesn't taste like your typical tea. Oh, yes. Yes, score. This was not our new kit. That was something that I was waiting for. Sweet. That was the Matcha Focus. That's one of my favorite ones. Okay, so that wasn't quite what I was expecting to unbox there. Awesome, Crazy. Okay, so what all's in the kit? You get 30 of the teas and 60 of the balanced fibers. Can a dialysis patient take this product? It's tea and fiber, okay, Ramstar? My simple answer is going to be yes, but I think you should consult your doctor first, okay? However, this is targeting at reversing insulin resistance, and I always talk about Dr. Jason Fung, who is a nephrologist, right? And that's what he studies, and that's really what his thing has been, is reversing insulin resistance. Have a conversation with your doctor, okay? Maybe spend a lot of time reading Dr. Jason Fung. Would somebody type Jason Fung up there? I would give him a follow on all of the major social media platforms. I would just absorb as much of his information as you possibly can, okay? And talk to your doctor, but it's tea and it's fiber. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya just typed his name up there. Okay. Don't forget oh yeah, Marcus, and it also comes with the water bottle. And your first month on the subscription, you also get a gift. They send you a gift. Last month, they sent to all subscribers. Yes, Jason, there are clips of Jason Fung on TikTok. I don't think he has an actual channel. But you'll find interviews with him on the YT all the time. He's all over the YT. And I've done videos where I've got clips of Dr. Jason Fung. Ramstar, I'm assuming you typed that after I answered that. I would go listen to Jason Fung, and I would talk to your doctor about that, okay? Dr. Jason Fung is a nephrologist. Obviously, you're on dialysis. You're talking to a nephrologist, inevitably, right? Dr. Jason Fung is a nephrologist. And he found relationships between poor insulin or insulin resistance and poor kidney health. So I download his audiobook and order the right. It's awesome, isn't it, Ro? To that point, Ro, thanks for making me think of this. Guys, I talk about the link in my bio. The second link in there. So the first one goes to the Unicity Field Rate System. The second one says educational books. Those are books that I highly recommend you read. And I would start from the top and work your way down. I have not done testimonials. I got sidetracked. Here we go. Okay, Misty, I see your number. I'm gonna reach out to you here in a little bit. Okay, let me see here. Testimonials, guys. This is Amanda. What's funny, actually, Amanda, I opened up with testimonials, I think, didn't I? Okay, this is my wife, Amanda.
OMG, OMG, OMG. The moment we've all been waiting for. Well, maybe not all of us, but I've been waiting for it. I just got test results back. My 90 days. My 90-day results. You'll notice today is 417. This is for me. And cholesterol went from 244 to 199. HDL 52 to 58, LDL 148 to 111, non-HDL 192 to 141, and triglycerides, which is what I was really trying to work on, was 267, and it's now 186. Hemoglobin A1C. In December, I was a 6.3, and I was put on metformin. I am a 5.7, and I can now come off. Woohoo! Per my doctor, if I was under 6, I got to come off. Thank you, Unicity.
So that's my wife. Since I got row reverse in here, let's talk a little bit about row. I love this one here. This is row reverse that's in here. Row, her post meal, she was at 118. 90 minutes later, her blood glucose went up to 164, and 30 minutes after that, it was back down to 123. So the 2-hour postprandial, which is what we are interested in, was 123, and that's a beautiful number. 123 is a beautiful number. She also sent me another text just talking about a coworker who had noticed that it looked like her face was getting a little bit slimmer, and we love that. John is in my live streams quite a bit, but I don't know that I've seen John in here today. John, he has a CGM, a continuous glucose meter, which I absolutely love because they don't lie. Those things track all day long. And actually, to that point, Ro, you mentioned earlier what your glucose is sitting at, what your fasting glucose is now, I believe. What is your fasting glucose averaging right now? So this is John's average glucose throughout the day, 114. Now, John's been on the system for 45 plus days-ish, but this is after 8 days he was on the system. After 8 days, he was at 114. Prior to starting the system, that would have been in the 220s. Fired Up, are you still in here? If Fired Up still in here, Tony has had amazing results. This is Todd. I met Todd on TikTok. He has a channel at tduck_. But Todd has lost over 40 pounds. His A1C went from 6.9 to 5.1. Michelle, who I absolutely adore, she did a video that I swear, it just speaks to my soul, right? I feel like this is a lot of us. I'm going to play this video real quick. This I think, speaks to my soul.
All of my life, I have struggled with weight and had went on different diets, and things would work, but the weight would always come back. Nothing really ever clicked until my doctor told me that I had diabetes. And when she did, my whole entire world completely changed. I decided that I had to become a better me. I had to become a healthier me. Not just for myself, but for all of these people in the pictures that you see. So what did I do? I lost 70 pounds and I've reversed my diabetes. Now, if you want to get to become a healthier you, get in touch with me or get in touch with the person that shared this video with you and let us help you because you deserve it.
I just love that video.
All of my life,
Doesn't that kind of speak to, like, just love that video. What questions do we have? Oh, Tanya, my fasting average for the past 6 days is 101. Okay, George, can I get off the tea once I'm normal, or is this a every 30-day deal? Thanks for answering my questions. George, absolutely, brother. Okay, so here's the deal. When I started my journey, we're just looking at that insulin resistance score, right? My triglycerides were 561. My HDL was 22. That is a ratio of 25.5, which is just astronomical. In April, I had been taken off of my type 2 diabetes medications, but I was still on my statin. April 20th, my doctor said I could quit taking my statins. At that point, I was a 5.1 ratio. So from triglycerides to my HDL was still a 5.1, but my numbers were getting better. My doctor said I could quit taking them. Being solely on this product, that number is now a 3.1. That number is now a 3.1. We tested my cholesterol 28 days after she had taken me off my medications, off my statin. And so 28 days later, that ratio was a 3.1. So while I am no longer type 2 diabetic, I am still, even though that number is beautiful compared to where I started, and it's getting better by the day, that ratio is still outside of what is a good number. We want to be under 1, right? Under 1.5. Well, at best, I'm twice as high as I want to be, right? 3 times as high as I want to be. So I'm still working on that. Trump Cuber, I'm assuming you just came in here. Bree Parker, we don't want to take anything that will break our fast, okay? That comes with a tea that's really, really, really good. Okay, Trump Cuber, I got you. Yes, Edwin, great way to put it. Financially cheaper than buying the Starbucks tea every morning. So I guess I still haven't really answered that question, right? There's nothing in it that's it's non-addictive, okay? All it does is work. It's not addictive, so you're not going to find yourself chemically addicted to anything. It's just food. It's tea and fiber. And a lot of people are chiming in and saying you won't want to get off of it, but you certainly could if you want to. But I'm going to be careful using the term normal, right? We keep saying, can I just go back to eating normal foods again? And I'm going to say that those aren't normal foods for the human body. Pizza is not normal food, right? That's part of the reason that we're in the trouble that we're in. Moreover, our entire food industry is not giving us normal food anymore. All the highly processed food we've heard of, that's horrible for us. This is merely a tool that helps you navigate today's food industry, okay? Just found this. What is this tea? Hi, Tom Jones. It is Unicity's Unimate tea. And so a bunch of people just now coming in and asking questions. I want to real quick tell you where to get it, because inevitably I start talking about the name and people jump out of the live stream to go Google it and find it elsewhere. Okay, hold on. The link in my bio is the manufacturer's link. It's not my link. When you're buying it from there, you're not buying it from me. You're buying it from Unicity, okay? That is important because you can find this on Amazon. It is not supported by Unicity on Amazon. They don't authorize distribution there, okay? That's not okay by them. They want to be the ones to take the order, and they want to be the ones to fulfill the order. They want to make sure that the product is not expired. They want to make sure that the product quality assurance, right? So when you use the link in my bio, you are buying it directly from Unicity. The other side of that is when you buy it directly from Unicity, they offer you a 90-day money-back guarantee. They guarantee results. They guarantee you are going to lower your cholesterol. They guarantee you are going to lower your A1C. They guarantee you are going to lower your glucose. To be honest, it's called a happiness guarantee is what they call it. They're guaranteeing you're going to be satisfied. If you're not, then ask for a refund. It's really that simple, okay? So with that being said, what is the product? The product is Unicity's Unimate tea. It is a yerba mate extract. This tea is very high in something called chlorogenic acid. And chlorogenic acid is a naturally occurring compound alongside caffeine. So when you get caffeic acid, you get chlorogenic acid. And chlorogenic acid has been scientifically proven to suppress appetites, to aid in weight loss, to help lower blood pressure, and, for the sake of this conversation, promote insulin sensitivity. Understanding that insulin resistance is the root cause for type 2 diabetes, for PCOS, for it's a root cause for autonomic neuropathy. We were talking about diabetic neuropathy earlier, right? Well, let's talk about autonomic neuropathy. Autonomic neuropathy, insulin resistance is a root cause for autonomic neuropathy, and autonomic neuropathy is the root cause for erectile dysfunction. So reversing insulin resistance really does more than just reverse your type 2 diabetes. What you do is you find yourself just getting healthier and healthier and healthier, and it really begins to make sense, right? We think, okay, so what's happening with type 2 diabetes? The glucose that our cells use for energy is not being absorbed properly. So we're not using our fuel source properly, right? There is the problem. We're not using our fuel source. What happens when our body doesn't use its fuel? All sorts of things start to go astray. So getting our bodies metabolically healthy, metabolically functional, getting us out of metabolic syndrome really is key. This product helps promote insulin sensitivity. It basically points the boat in that direction and gets it going that way. In addition to that, we take a supplement for fiber. It's called Balance. Twice a day, once before lunch and once before dinner, 10 to 15 minutes before. Balance has been scientifically proven at the Cleveland Clinic. This was part of a published research paper by the Cleveland Clinic. That is the top heart hospital in North America. Kind of a big deal. They found that regular use of this could potentially reduce the risk, or could potentially reduce the need and or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. Those are statins. Use of this could reduce the risk for or the need for statins. That's kind of a big deal. From the top heart hospital. That's not from anybody. That's from the top heart hospital. It's been studied at the University of Sydney, Australia. That is the home of the glycemic index, as in they invented the glycemic index. If you type glycemicindex.com, it takes you to the University of Sydney, Australia. They have studied this. They found that this, when given to test patients who consumed white bread, which is high in the glycemic index, it caused an average of 20 to 28% reduction in blood glucose levels. It caused a 13 to 27% reduction in blood insulin levels. Those are massive numbers. They also found that it lowered the glycemic index for all the test foods that they put in front of it. They tested white rice, mashed potatoes, and white bread. And in all three cases, it lowered the glycemic index from high to medium. And really, we should be eating foods out of the low to medium category. We don't want to be eating foods out of the high. Our beloved pizza is in the high glycemic index. Mashed potatoes are in the high glycemic index. White rice is in the high glycemic index. If we're a type 2 diabetic, let me ask the question here. Type 2 diabetics, what happens to our blood sugar when we eat white rice? Honest question here. Just type an answer. Oh, bacon's wonderful, Misty. Bacon is wonderful. Bacon is wonderful. You out of here, Ro? Or is Tanya out of here? I'm sorry, I was typing away. Tried to order what you agreed to and could get out of that. Debbie, send me a message, Debbie Williams. I'm just now seeing that. Send me a message. Yeah, we get a blood sugar spike, right? George, we get a blood sugar spike, right? These are foods that are high in the glycemic index. Foods that are hot. What happens when we eat pizza? What happens when we eat mashed potato? We get that blood sugar spike, right? By comparison, let's talk about a piece of spinach. A piece of spinach is low in the glycemic index. What does it do to your blood sugar when you have spinach? Probably nothing. don't even notice it, right? It doesn't do anything because that's low in the glycemic index. Balance has been scientifically proven at the home of the glycemic index, the people who invented it, to lower foods from the high to the medium. And that's really what we want to be eating. Primarily, we really want to focus on eating foods that are out of the low glycemic index and occasionally eat things in the medium glycemic index, right? And then treat ourselves on the rare occasions to foods that are in the high glycemic index. Now, I think what happens is we have made foods that are in the high glycemic index. Yes, thank you, Ro. Scientifically proven. This is not my opinion. I appreciate that, Ro. Yeah, and that's huge. So I think what's happening is we are eating foods out of the high glycemic index all too frequently. White rice. I had the Honorable Muhammad Nsereko on earlier. Guess what is a staple on the plates in Uganda? White rice. Highly processed white rice. Every meal. And they're all diabetic. Oh, duh. Sweet potatoes. Misty, that's a great one. Sweet potatoes. And it's going to really paint another picture for me here, okay? Sweet potatoes can be really good or they can be really bad. It depends on the method of preparation, which really kind of ties back into this and what we can do to help foods get into a better glycemic index. The method of preparation for sweet potatoes, if we bake it or fry it, it is quite horrible for us, actually. Sweet potatoes fried could be 96 on the glycemic index. Baked could be 85 on the glycemic index. There's only 100. So 96 out of 100 is ridiculously higher. To be honest, I think that's actually higher than processed white sugar. That's horrible for us. Okay, so now, and I might have gotten those ones backwards as well. Fried might be 85 and baked is 96. Either way, neither of those are good. Baked or fried, bad. Don't bake it, don't fry it. That will be roasting it. Don't roast it, right? If you're going to have a sweet potato, boil it. If you boil a sweet potato for 45 minutes, the glycemic index on it is 45, which is in the low glycemic index. So if you're going to have a sweet potato, boil it for 45 minutes. So is a baked potato better than no, no. There is virtually no fiber in a cooked potato. And there are people that would come in and say, well, I read something somewhere that if you refrigerate it after you cook it, and yes. So then we're talking about resistant starches, right? We get into resistant starches. My argument to that is, and I think that was the potato industry that's putting those studies out. Because yeah, there is something to resistant starches, right? If you cool it after you cook it, there is this thing with resistant starch. But I'm going to ask the question, who eats cold mashed potatoes? Who eats cold French fries? Nobody does that, right? Nobody actually does that. I think it's a thing to put out there to make it look like they're better, right? But so you know what they do to you though, George, right? So here's the deal. Oh, crazy for cats. That's just weird. There's one in every crowd. I asked that question, and there's going to be somebody in every one. You're that somebody, crazy for cats. Love it. There you go. Okay, I miss potatoes. I do too. Here's the deal. I do eat potatoes. I do it. I save it for special occasions, similar to like when I have pizza, right? Amanda and I are pizza snobs. We're also steak snobs. We like good steaks. I compete. I don't know if you can see this wall of trophies back here. These are from the Kansas City Barbecue Society, and I'm actually rocking my team hat. I'm a competitive barbecue cook. I like to cook food. I love to cook meats, and I love to cook steaks. When we have steak, I feel like a staple on a plate should be a mashed potato and asparagus. I think grilled asparagus and mashed potatoes, skin on, red potatoes, a little bit of garlic in there. Wonderful. I think that's part of that's steak dinner has to have a mashed potato. So when Amanda and I treat ourselves to steak, we throw in a mashed potato. It's a treat. Every 3 weeks, maybe-ish. That's how often we do it. with a brittle type 1 diabetic. I'm not sure what do you mean by brittle type 1 diabetic. George Bowman. I used to do it a lot more than I do it now. I need to get back. I enjoy cooking competitively. I need to get out and do more. We did a tournament a couple of weeks ago where, I mean, for as infrequently as I compete now, I was actually pretty happy with my results. Yes. Steak night, Ro. Steak night for sure. Oh, come on, Crazy for Cats. Now you're just messing me. Tom, I would. So, okay. Tom Jones. Let's talk about. I've got a Jambo pit. I don't know if you're familiar with a Jambo pit. Let me see here. Hang tight. Yeah, check this out, actually. I feel like you're messing with me, but I like it. George, if you go here, click my link. The first one is the Unicity website. I've talked about that. First one is the Unicity website. The second one is educational books, guys. I would really recommend you go through these educational books and read them in order that I've got them in this link, right? Start with the top one and read them in that order. Okay, that book right there will change the way that you see everything. Life in the Fasting Lane will as well. Those books right there. And if you click those, those are links to Amazon, so you don't have to like search for them. And then social media platforms. If you're interested, if you're so inclined, I've got a number of social media platforms for 303 Barbecue. That's my competitive barbecue team name. Let's see, this is my website, and then I've got a link on IG. Yeah, so, oops, I guess it won't show it there, but there is my pit. That's me cooking in Leadville, Colorado. This gentleman was actually the president of the Kansas City Barbecue Society for a little while, so, yep. A little bit of that. But if you go to that portion, or that you can follow me on all sorts of different platforms. Okay, Misty, I don't talk about portions. You've never heard me talk about portions or calorie counting or anything like that, right? I eat a meal that fills me up. I try to stick to foods that are in the low to glycemic index, but I don't count calories, and I have 2 meals per day. I don't snack in between. I eat a meal that's going to be big enough that I won't feel like I'm hungry, that I'm going to need to snack before dinner. And then once I've had that meal, George, absolutely. Well, you know what, George? I think you were going to do the system. If you order the system, it's going to send me your number anyway, and I was going to reach out to you then anyway. So, absolutely. If you're going to do the system, let's get you healthy. Let's get you healthy. Okay, Tom Jones, I didn't answer your question. I want to come back to this, okay? I'm going to try and stay focused here. It's been a bit of a hectic morning. Okay. So, Tom, talking about your blood sugar being all over the place, right? It is very possible for a type 1 diabetic to become insulin resistant and become type 2 diabetic as well. They call it double diabetic. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but type 1 diabetics can certainly become insulin resistant. It's pretty common, actually. So there are all sorts of studies. There was a study done on fig leaf tea. Figs contain well, actually, everything that's living contains something called abscisic acid. And in plants, abscisic acid is kind of a panic-style hormone. It's one of the 5 necessary hormones for a plant. And what happens is when a plant is faced with environmental stress like drought, abscisic acid is really the one that forces the water to come back to the trunk. So we see that the leaves shriveling up and getting smaller. That is the plant condensing all of its water, its fuel source at the base, right? Well, it's abscisic acid that causes that. Humans have abscisic acid as well. And when our pancreas secretes insulin, it also secretes abscisic acid. And in a very similar panic type fashion, it helps with insulin sensitivity. It's kind of knocking on the door saying, hey, cell, insulin's trying to do its job here. So it would make sense that if we were to consume more abscisic acid, that it would promote insulin sensitivity. Hope I'm not losing it yet. There are all sorts of foods. Well, I mean, everything that's living has abscisic acid, so you can find it in just about everything. But there are some specific foods where it's maybe higher concentrations, and those foods have been studied, like figs. Fig leaf tea was a part of a study with type 1 diabetics, where they gave type 1 diabetics fig leaf tea every morning for 60 days. And they found that at the end of the 60 days, the type 1 diabetics who were consuming the fig leaf tea used on average 12% less insulin than the ones who did not. Figs have specifically 0.72 milligrams of abscisic acid per kilogram. Avocados have 2 milligrams per kilogram of abscisic acid. Wonderful sources for abscisic acid. Fig fruit extract has been studied somewhat extensively for its effects on promoting insulin sensitivity. The reason I bring all this to the forefront there is as you begin to reverse your insulin resistance, you should begin to see a stabilization of your blood sugars. So this protocol absolutely, it's not going to reverse your type 1 diabetes, right? It's certainly not going to do that. Your pancreas is no longer producing insulin, so it won't do that. But that doesn't mean that you can't also simultaneously be insulin resistant, and then that's just reasonably terrifying if you're type 1, right? So, and if you are insulin resistant, you are twice as likely to develop Alzheimer's disease, which, cat out of the bag, is oftentimes referred to as type 3 diabetic. The idea of being type 1, type 2, and type 3 diabetic. So work on promoting your insulin sensitivity. I think you would begin to see your sugars stabilize across the board. And then obviously, don't just be blindly injecting. I doubt if you're doing that anyway, but don't just be blindly injecting X amount of. And I hope, Tom, does that answer your question in a very long, drawn-out, boring answer? I'm sorry if I just bored the snot out of everybody. Also, I've done videos on just about everything that I'm talking about in this live stream. I would encourage you to go through and watch the video that I did on abscisic acid. And I talk about the chlorogenic acid in here. I encourage you to go watch the video I did on chlorogenic acid. I think I just put everybody to sleep. Nobody's responding. What questions do we have, guys? Awesome, Tom Jones. Mike N, awesome, listening. I need a nap. Not your fault, though. Crazy for cats. Killing me here. I need a nap, too. Amanda had to catch a flight. You guys saw her just say that she was taking off. I had to wake up at 4:15 this morning. That just doesn't work for me anymore. PDR. Edwin, thank you for the tea there. I picked up bits and pieces of this over the years. This dovetails in very well. Awesome, Mike. I will text you in a few. I still can't open your link. Really? Is anybody else having a hard time opening my link? Let's see. Misty, I'm going to address this with you. Yes, Mike, yes, dementia is tied to insulin resistance. Hopefully your system makes me where I can work a full day all the way through without a nap. You will find that. Are you getting on the system, Crazy for Cats? Okay, really? Okay, guys, how about this? If any of you are trying to get into my link, because it looks like it just went through for me, and it looks like it's going through for Crazy for Cats, do me a favor and send me a message. Send me a message asking for the link. Just say, send me the link, please. And I will respond to you with the link. You'll have to copy and paste it. You can't click the link directly from TikTok's mail service. But if you send me a message that says ask for the link, I will respond to you with the link, just where you can just copy and paste that into a web browser, okay? Abscisic, and geez, ABSCISIC? ABSCISIC, I think. Okay. Yep. Send me a message, guys, asking for the link, and I will send it. Now, Edwin kind of teed one up for me. Edwin, I appreciate it. PDR. What is the PDR? The PDR is the prescriber's digital reference. It is part of the physician's desk reference suite of goods, okay? Remember back when we go to the doctor and they'd have a big old book on their desk, the PDR. That's where doctors go to find out prescribing information for common pharmaceuticals, like Ozempic. We're getting a lot of conversation about Ozempic these days. So that is where they would go to find out side effects, other things that it might contradict with as far as other medications and such, storage, prescribing information. How do you take it? How often do you take it? What's the dosing considerations? They would go to the PDR to find this sort of information out. So this is the PDR, the prescriber's digital reference, pdr.net. Anybody can access it. What's up, Jason? Anybody can access it, okay? And what I would encourage you to do is go and look up your favorite diabetes medication, Ozempic, right? Everybody seems to be talking about Ozempic. Somebody was asking about it earlier. And what is the first thing that we see when we look at Ozempic? Thyroid cancer, thyroid C-cell tumors. And I thought to myself, I was like, wow, that's bold. Maybe there needs to be a little more proof to that. What am I going to find? Can we talk about their terms and conditions? Misty Sweeney, Unicities? I'm unfamiliar with, I'm familiar, but I've never been asked that question before. I went over to Ozempic's website, and this is Ozempic.com, and you will find the same thing on their website, possible thyroid tumors, including cancer. So coming back to the PDR, as I scroll, we'll get into prescribing information, dosages, dosing considerations. I always love storage. Adverse reactions, right? Severe adverse reactions, retinopathy, pancreatitis, renal failure. Just a couple adverse reactions there. Drug interactions. These are drugs that it interacts poorly with. Aspirin, acetaminophen. Who takes that? And it's all alphabetized. And these, you see, I'm swiping. I am actively swiping. These are all things that it interacts poorly with. So by comparison, the PDR is primarily pharmaceuticals, though they will allow nutraceuticals into the PDR if the nutraceutical has been science-backed. So let's talk about Herbalife, right? If there's science to support the product, they will allow it into the PDR. Herbalife would love to be in here, $8 billion a year company. They can't buy their way into the PDR. I've got another one I just recently heard of, Yoli, $300 a month pills, supplements and stuff that you take. You got to carry like a bag full of stuff. My swiping is not an illusion, right? Yoli, not in here. $300 and something a month. Supposed to help you get better. Not in the PDR. However, Unicity is. Unicity has 18 different products in the PDR. Unicity Balance being one of them. I'm going to click the full prescribing information. It can be prescribed. Okay, benefits and research, suggested usage, safety and warnings. So the side effects for it are increased flatulence or loose stools. That is farting and diarrhea. There is a chance you could fart more and get diarrhea. No mention of thyroid, C-cell tumors, or cancer. Possible farts and diarrhea. And that's typically gone within the first 30 days, and that's typically because your body isn't used to the uptake in fiber. Specifically says it in there, okay? So when that happens, we suggest people cut their packet back to like a half packet, use a half packet before meals for a week or so, and then slowly work their way back up to the full packet. And that usually resolves the problem. In rare occasions, people will go the other way and end up being constipated. When they're constipated, add more water. Drink more water throughout the day. Okay? Edwin, I appreciate that soft toss, bud. Really do. And how'd I do, Edwin? Misty, well, I'm going to call you here in a little bit. We'll talk about the terms and conditions. I'm not familiar. Did I do okay? Does anybody else have any questions here, guys? If not, I'm probably going to wrap this one up. I'm going to give Misty a call here. And I answer all messages, guys. If you have any questions, send me a message. Okay, I respond to all messages. If you're having a hard time, well, I guess I should see if anybody sent me a message while I was in here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. If anybody is having, so we can talk about ingredients, yes. Lab Lover, might have assumed that you were going to ask a question and maybe hit enter. Yes, Misty. Yes, I got you, Lab Lover. Talk to me. What questions do you have? Real Reverse, I'm with you. I got one more from Lab Lover. Can I tell you about the salted caramel fuel? It is delicious. Absolutely delicious. And actually, fuel is in the PDR as well. So you can find all sorts of information in the PDR about fuel. It's an alternate flavor. And I personally, I buy extra tea every day or every month. And what you're talking about is this right here. You're talking about fuel, salted caramel fuel. And it really is, it's just that. Yes. Lab Lover, yes. When you go to do it, it's in a different location. Okay, so you order your kit first with the lemon. And then I'm assuming you're going to hit my link in my bio there. If you do that, when you do that, send me a message saying, hey, I just ordered the lemon, and then I will send you a link for the salted caramel, okay? And you can, oh, did you do it today, Lab Lover? Oh, is it out? No. If you did that today, or maybe I don't know I don't know Lab Lover, 2 days ago. Okay, send me a message with your name. Send me a message with your name so that I know who you are, and I will send you a text. You've already gotten the one text from me. I will send you, okay, Tina, I will send you, still send me a message to remind me. But I will send you a link to that part. And it is a reduced rate. And to be honest, right now, they're doing the black and the salted caramel together. I love it. They discontinued the black, but you can still get it for a little while supplies last. And really, I mean, they're like $80 a box for a box of Unimate. I think it's $84 or $82 for a box of Unimate. So it would typically be like 82 plus, I think they were like 90 something for the fuel. But right now they're doing the two of them together for 94 while they're closing out the black. That they taste incredible together, and talk about a wake up shot. There's tons of juice in there. So, wonderful. And I will send you a link to that. Okay. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to give Misty, I'm going to give you a call here in just a moment. Thank you guys for the likes, the follows. We're at 12,000 likes and 7 shares. What's up, Dennis? How are you, brother? I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. I appreciate it. It was an impromptu. It was a little bit off my typical script, and I've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed the interaction. Thank you very much, guys. I want to do another live stream at about 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's 9 a.m. right now. So I guess that's in about 7.5 hours. I go live at about 4:30 every afternoon, and then I go live at about 8:30 every evening, Mountain Standard, okay? Would love to see you on those live streams as well. If you have any questions, send me a message. Real quick, I want to just address the people who have given me a like, have given me okay, Mike N. The site is slow, but it worked. Awesome. The people that have given me a like, that have given me a follow, that have shared this, I always try and wrap up with this, guys. I'm very grateful for that. It definitely indicates a layer of trust that you guys have in me. We're talking about very sensitive topics here, the health and well-being of yourself, your spouse, your children, something like that. And I understand the gravity of that conversation, and I take it very personally that you would entrust me with this conversation. So I hope to do whatever I can for the rest of my life to ensure that level of trust. And thank you. Thank you very kindly. Keep coming back to my live streams and encourage somebody else to do the same. Glad I bumped into you. Absolutely. You as well, Mike. Dennis, you're amazing, brother. You are amazing. All right, guys. See you live in a few more hours.